What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of my R&B review. Album I'm about to review today is Michael Jackson's Bad, 1987 on Epic Records. Quincy Jones and Michael Jackson produced this. But before I start, I forgot to mention in the Off the Wall review. If you guys have not seen Journey from Motown to Off the Wall, the Spike Lee documentary that was released earlier this year, check it out because that's actually a very dope documentary talking about his early years and stuff like that, and how he became what he was during the Off the Wall era. And it has some really dope interviews from people like some some archive footage from like Sammy Davis Jr., Quincy, so on and so on. I was watching it on YouTube, but of course, motherfuckers blocked it and shit. So yeah. So this is Michael Jackson's Bad album. Singles albums known for basically. I'm gonna put it to you this way. Almost all of the songs were single. Like I just can't stop loving you, Bad, the way you make me feel, Man in the Mirror, Dirty Diana, Another Part of Me, Smooth Criminal, Leave Me Alone, and Liberian Girl were singles. Only songs that weren't singles were Just Good Friends and Speed Demon. Although in some countries Speed Demon was a single though, but yeah. Alright. Okay, so I reviewed Off the Wall, I reviewed Thriller, I reviewed Dangerous. The reason why I kind of skipped over this, I want to re-listen to it and stuff like that. So yeah. Okay, let's get started. Now, this was after Thriller was released. I mean, I don't have to tell you how big Thriller was. I mean, people dressing like Michael Jackson, music videos, consistent rotation on MTV. I mean, MJ was everywhere around that time, and Thriller got him like 7 Grammys, 8 American Music Awards. It was like an awards magnet, and yeah. And so, fast forward to 1983. Of course, he debuted Billie Jean on Motown 25, and then fast forward to 1984. Um, excuse me. 1984, like that was an infamous year when he was doing the Pepsi commercial, and so originally he did not want any part of it, but Joe Jackson wanted some money and stuff like that, and so they were doing the Pepsi commercial, and one of like the little fire. You guys have heard this before. The fireworks got into Michael's head, and his hair started like going on fire and stuff like that, and so he recovered, and he had to wear a hairpiece, and so after that, a couple months later, I believe, he went on tour. Well, the Jacksons released the Victory album in 1984, which was an album that it has some dope cuts. I'm gonna say my opinion for that. I might do a review on the album one day. Not anytime soon though. But the album was very overshadowed by the tour. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Jermaine actually came back to Jackson for that. It was like a reunion album. All 6 Jackson brothers were present, and so that's when they went to the album, the tour for the album Victory, which, in my opinion, it was kind of like many critics have said that that tour was basically the Michael Jackson Thriller tour, basically. Now, this is a very controversial tour, by the way, because for a lot of reasons. One, a lot of focus was on Michael around that time. Michael, he didn't even want to tour with his brother because he still wanted to be independent and things of that nature. So, but at the same time, like he was like butting heads with like his brothers, and things of that nature. And also, the main controversial thing about that tour was because the promoter Don King and Joe Jackson, they had this thing where they wanted to raise the prices of the tickets, and so they said for people who wanted the tickets, um, they would have to pay a postal money order of $120, and that was and then altogether it would cost $210 for some tickets, and so yeah, so that's why they were trying to raise the money on the tickets and stuff like that. Now this caused a lot of backlash from the black community because it was kind of like they were trying to end it for the money. Like it was a very trying time, and everybody was in it except for Michael. And if you guys know about Don King, you would know that he likes to school people over. Like he schooled hella people over years. Everybody from Mike Tyson to Muhammad Ali. Rest in peace, Muhammad Ali, by the way. And so, yeah. And so it was, I think, after the tour was completed, he announced at the last day that he was leaving the Jacksons. And so, yeah, he left the Jacksons in 1984. Marlon soon followed him a couple weeks later, I believe. And so it took them about 5 more years to release the last album, 2300 Jackson Street, which I do have in my collection, by the way. I will do a review on that sometime. Sometime I will do a review on that. Then fast forward to 1985. He started working on this album around 1985 and stuff like that. But that day, Lionel Richie, Quincy Jones, and him, they were working on the "We Are the World" song, which had like every popular name in the 80s. Well, everybody except for Prince, but he didn't want any part of that. Like everybody from Diana Ross, Stevie Wonder, Cyndi Lauper, Tina Turner, Bruce Springsteen, like everybody was on that song, and that raised a lot of money for that raised a lot of money and stuff like that. So it was like the best-selling single, and it was also around this time in 1986, and there were like a lot of rumors spreading around about MJ, like, cause his skin started growing paler, like whiter and whiter, and yeah, cause you guys will know he had vitiligo, but he didn't really talk about that until the interview he did with Oprah in 1993. So there were like rumors about him sleeping in a hypodermic chamber, buying the bones for the Elephant Man, and yeah, so a lot of rumors about him, and it was like taking its toll and stuff like that. So by 1987, he dropped this album 5 years after Thriller. Yeah. So yeah. So and in my opinion, this album I kind of noticed like a difference with his story. I mean, his songwriting. Like the songwriting on this album was very more mature. I think he wrote most of the songs off this album, and he was doing like more mature talking about like paranoia, talking about rumors spreading around him. So yeah, pretty dope cover by the way. Um, yeah, the jacket. He started. This is the time he started wearing the black leather jacket because he wanted a more edgy look. So yeah, of course, lyrics off the album. Michael posing and stuff like that. All right. Now, this has 10 songs on the original, 11 on the CD. I'm gonna explain to that later. So let me get started with the review. First song off this album, "Bad." Everybody knows the song. I'm not even gonna waste that much on the song. Like everyone like hears that dun 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 dun. I mean, yeah, very dope song. Nice song, of course, nice song to dance to. Nice song for all that. Um, what many people should know by now, this was originally supposed to be a duet with Prince, and with Prince, he had like him and Prince they kind of declined because some of the lyrics. You guys have heard this story before, like he explained this on this interview with Chris Rock, saying he didn't like the lyric when he's like, "Your bud is mine." Like he's like, you damn sure ain't saying that to me. I damn sure ain't saying that to you." And I thought I would mention it because Prince actually offered. Michael Jackson a song for the Bad album. The song was called I have what was the song? What was that song? I'm gonna post a link on that song. I forgot the name of the song at the moment, but sorry about that. This song was called "Wouldn't You Love to Love Me," and I'm gonna post a demo version of that song by Prince. And to be honest, I've heard this song, and I really don't think it would fit the Bad album because that song had, of course, Prince's like the Minneapolis sound, and it really didn't fit like really the Bad album like that. I'm not saying it's a bad song, but the thought of Michael at the Minneapolis song would be very interesting, by the way. But yeah, then we have "The Way You Make Me Feel." I love this song. I love this song mostly because of the video. The video was very dope. This is like a perfect song where it has a nice mixture of pop and R&B, and I love Quincy Jones's production on that. Then "Speed Demon," maybe my least favorite song off this album. I believe he's talking about when he's talking about Speed Demon. I think he was talking about like driving fast and stuff like that, and just like and then he wrote the song after he received a traffic ticket and stuff like that. So yeah, I felt like that song could have been a lot more better in my opinion. Track number four, "Liberian Girl." Um, that song, very chill song right there. I like that little. It had like an Egyptian vibe to it, and Michael's vocals on that song really made me. I love his vocals on that. Then track number five, "Just Good Friends" featuring Stevie Wonder. Um, hmm, Stevie Wonder. Yeah, very. It was a very cool song to hear both Michael and Stevie, but I felt like that song fit more on Stevie Wonder's Characters album, which of course Michael did a song on Stevie Wonder's Character album too. I'm not saying that's a bad song, but I felt like that fit more into the album more than it did with Bad. Next song, "Another Part of Me." Very good song. It's talking about how it's one of those songs we're talking about his humanitarian work, how he's shown like talking about his love for the world and stuff like that. Originally, this song was not supposed to be on the album. Streetwalker was supposed to take its place, but Quincy wanted this song to be replacing Streetwalker, which I feel like Streetwalker that was a cool song though, but low key I think another part of me definitely fits this album more. Then we have "Man in the Mirror," maybe one of his probably the most powerful, one of the most damn I can't talk. One of his most powerful songs he has ever done. I mean, self-explanatory. He said you have to make that change. You have to look at yourself to make that change. Yeah. And when he performed this song at a 1988 Grammys, oh my God, he killed it. He killed that song, in my opinion. "I Just Can't Stop Loving You" is the next song. Um, that song was a very interesting song right there. Believe it features Cedar Garrett, who was basically a protege of Quincy Jones, but she was a last minute decision because I read somewhere that Michael wanted to do something with Whitney Houston and Barbra Streisand. They both declined, and I believe Cedar Garrett was the one who wrote. She was like the one who wrote "Man in the Mirror," and so when she heard this song by Michael, she wanted. I think Quincy recommended her to be part of the song with Michael and stuff like that. So very dope song. I don't hear like a lot of people talking about this song. Very dope song. Love this ballad right there. "Dirty Diana." My favorite song off this album, Dirty Diana. Despite what the title said, this is not about Diana Ross or the Princess Diana. Rest in peace to her. This song was talking about groupies, but the fact that he called it Dirty Diana was raised a lot of eyebrows and stuff like that. So yeah, very dope song, Dirty Diana. My favorite song. Um, yeah, love this song. Love how he went for that more heavy metal route and things of that nature. And so I kind of feel like that the fact that he went heavy metal kind of influenced Janet Jackson because if you listen to the song Black Cat off her Rhythm Nation album, an album I need to do a review on by the way, she went for that more heavy metal approach, but I feel like MJ did it the best with this. Then we have Smooth Criminal. Originally, the song was supposed to be called Al Capone, I believe. Another classic song, one of my favorite songs off this album. I mean, I can't talk about this song without talking about the video where he's like in this white suit and he did it lean and stuff like that. Very dope video, very dope song. If you hear this song on the radio, you'll automatically dance to it. And the last song, well, the bonus track as I say is Leave Me Alone. They're talking about, I think it's like the first song he talks about the tabloids messing with him and stuff like that. Very, very good song right there. Very good song. Probably one of his most darkest songs he has ever done. And that's all the songs off his album. I felt like this album was a very, very solid album by MJ. Although I wish he would have taken Speed Demon out, in my opinion. But this is another very good album from MJ. While it's not up a par with Thriller or Off the Wall, this is basically one of his most adventurous albums. He took a more serious approach, more freedom with his music, things of that nature. And so this is the last album him and Quincy Jones have done together, and they left a bang with this album. And as I should say before, like this album is like very a lot of I think a lot of fans would like to say that this is his best album too, because of the more serious approach in songwriting and because his image around that time ran. If you see the Bad tour, oh my god, that one of the best tours ever. Like he killed every performance on that tour. I was watching something on YouTube. He was just killing it, in my opinion. Very dope song. Love the '80s vibe with this. And if you another thing about this album too, I kind of felt like this album was very. It doesn't get the praise it deserves because when the album came out, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, it's not as good as Thriller," because of course it sold less than Thriller. Nothing would ever top Thriller in terms of sales. But yeah, good album, classic in my opinion. Um, I have not seen a documentary from Bad yet, so if I would do see it, I would make a note of that. And this is actually the 2014 reissue of this. So stay tuned for more stuff. It's more Reg. Peace.